happy Thursday, and today I'm going to school, so I'm so happy and I will meet lots of friends. And today I read some fun books, so I'm happy. And today we'll read Marvin, Redpost kidnapped at birth and connected study for chapter 7. They're all exactly like you and the end of chapter 8. Okay? And now I'm going to sit reading about some Wayside school beneath the cloud of doom. And now connected study for chapter 18, the mirror, and the end of chapter 19. Okay? And now are you ready for these? To begin 2 stories and meet lots of characters. And here we go. And first you can read Wayside School Beneath the Cloud of Doom. Chapter 18, The Mirror. Dr. Pickle kept 2 things on her desk. One is the burst of the summer fruit, a burst of the statue with Summer's head, Nick, and shoulders. A summer fruit was the most famous pictures ever, and he was Dr. Pickle's hero. And Dr. Fredro was also had a beard, and the second on the thing in Dr. Pickle's desk got a handle in the mirror, and Dr. Pickle checked his beard at last 5 times per day to make sure it was trimmed just right. And however, there was less of the worries. He looked on his face in the mirror and his cheek and a poof was out, and his tongue was sticking out, and one eye was closed. One eyebrow was raised. He looked like a big doofus, and he gently swung his pickle stone between his face and the mirror. I'm getting sleepy, he said to himself. By the count of 5, I will fall asleep. 1, 2, Dripper his head plopped out of his desk. And these would normally be the time when Dr. Pickle would tell a patient what she was supposed to do when she woke up. But he was his own patient, and both patient and doctor were sleeping. And sometime later, a car horn blared. It sounded there was an angry driver right behind it. And Dr. Pickle woke up, and he had no idea how long he'd been sleeping. And it took him a moment to remember who he was, and where he was, and why he had tried to oppose himself. And he picked up the mirror and checked his face, no change. Now, what am I going to do? He said, and that was strange. He had mouth moved when he spoke, but the mouth in the mirror didn't move. And he brought a handle to his face. He could see his hand touching the face in the mirror too. And the check in the mirror was still all puffing out, but his own cheek felt soft and flipped, and he moved his tongue around inside his mouth, and even though the tongue in the mirror was sticking out at him. Oh, silly Willy, Dr. Pickle. The mirror was sticking out at him like this. And when Dr. Pickle did like that, and the mirror did like that, same. Because it's the mirror. But when you do like this, the mirror do like that. So, mirror do not really same, but a little bit same. And he said in the mirror on the desk, "This is very interesting," he said aloud. Truly, the face ships who over stares at it. He realized that he turned in the mirror and over face down, and he didn't read about any of his history books, and he slowly raised on the mirror cut purposes of the hideout's face that was still there, then quickly lowered it back down on his desk. This discovery would make him famous. He picked up the burst of simmered food. Even more famous than you, he said to it. But would all that fame be worth it? What if someone else's face got stuck a long way? And what would you do? He asked Dr. Feared. There was a reason. It is called a burst. It was made on bronze. And he laughed heavy in his head. And he flipped on the mirror over and he slammed Simon through down in the top of it. And his face shattered and confused. And she looked at the scientist she had just written. I can't read this, exclaimed. It's backward. Let me see, said DJ, taking it from over her. And how did you do that? That's so cool. Weren't Captain? Oh, replied. I think Captain here is cold. So Captain said warm. and now chapter 19, push downs. Oh, it's very hard to do like that, push downs. And now to move slowly for chapter 19 and then chapter 20. Okay, and now one more time start the reading about it. Sam, Marvin, Redpost kidnapped at birth. Chapter 7, they're all exactly like you. The next afternoon, Marvin sat in his room waiting to go. He wondered what he should take. Maybe he should pack a suitcase. Wait a second, he said. It's not like I can't come back here. Prince Robot could do anything, and he could come back later for all this junk. Or better yet, send a resorbent for it. And do you want to live in a castle, General? He asked. His lizard and General Jackson stuck out of his tongue. Jacob came in. I just want up something more, he said. Maybe Mom and Dad are really the kidnappers. I thought about that too, said Marvin. But then she wouldn't take me for a blood test. I'd be too risky. Unless, said Jacob, what? Unless she's not really going to take you. What do you mean? No, never mind, said Jacob. If she killed you, she'd have to kill me and Lindsay too. She wouldn't do that. Probably not, Marvin agreed. Not Lindsay anyway. Marvin, shouted Lindsay from the bottom of the stairs. Time to go. They got in the car. Jacob and Lindsay were going alone. And they padded to meet Mr. Redpost for the dinner in the city. You are welcome to come on the dinner too, Prince, said Mrs. Redpost. If you are not too busy. Thank you, replied Marvin, but I am managed. I will have a lot to do. He knew Mr. and Mrs. Redpost didn't believe it was a Prince robot, and he saw the way they had smiled at each another when he told them about it. They probably thought it was just some kid saying he was doing. That was okay, just so long as Mrs. Redpost was taking him to the Watergate Hotel, and it didn't matter what she thought. You won't play baseball anymore, said Jacob. You will have to learn how to play polo. I can't play polo, said Lindsay. You cannot, said Jacob. I can too, said Lindsay. Marco. Polo, said Marvin. Marco, said Lindsay. Polo, said Marvin, and Marvin played polo with Lindsay all the way to the hotel. It was a stupid game, but he didn't mind. He was going to miss playing stupid games with Lindsay. And Mrs. Redpost parked the car at the Watergate Hotel, and they walked across the parking lot and into the lobby. No, I don't want to, the boy shouted. He had red hair. The boy's mother was struggling with across the lobby. And come on, she yelled. The boy was crying. Oh, we'll be rich, said the mother. But I'm not Prince Robot, the boy cried. Shut up. Oh, Lord, said his mother. Someone might hear you. She pulled him into the elevator, and Marvin and the Redpost got into the elevator too. The woman looked at Marvin. Who do you think you are? She asked in a nasty voice, and Marvin was too afraid to answer. You are speaking to Prince Robot, said Mrs. Redpost, sticking up for him. And Marvin smiled in a firmer manner. Mrs. Redpost patted his head. I am not a stupid prince, said another boy. I don't even have red hair. My mother made me dye it. Shut up, Android, said the nasty woman. And they got off the elevator and walked into the street and out of the hall. And the door was open, and Lindsay laughed. They all exactly like you, Marvin. And Marvin entered the room. He had never seen so many red-haired boys in all his life. And now chapter 8, number 812. And count. And now to maybe story for chapter 8 and then chapter 9. And now, did it happen? You read English from the comics and these spaghettis to read, and some lots of same characters, and some lots of same characters and new characters, and some lots of Prince Robot and King of the Shampoo and a bathwater, Jennifer bathwater woman, and some Wayside school with a cloud of doom with lots of children. We'll be see tomorrow. Okay, and now thank you for listening every day, and thank you for thumbs up on YouTube every day. And now bye bye friend, have a nice day.